Okay, welcome to the video for Unit 3 for Intermediate Greek. This is going to be from Mounts' graded reader, Biblical Greek, and from the syllabus, the assignments that are involved there. So the first thing I would mention, as usual, for Unit 3 would be your review of chapters 10 and 11 in the grammar. And what you're covering here, in case you're using a different grammar, is third declension nouns and the first and second person personal pronouns. That's chapters 10 and 11 in Mounts. That's third declension nouns and the first and second person personal pronouns. You have two assignments this week to turn in, written assignments. Both of these appear in the assignment section of Blackboard. You can go there and see a description of it, but let me go ahead and give it to you so you'll know what's going on. This will be in the Mounts Biblical Reader, and the first assignment is due on Tuesday night by midnight, and it is in chapter 3 of the graded reader, and it is to translate Mark 1 through 13. Just a smooth translation is what I'm asking you to do. You want to make sure you recognize the parsing. I am not asking you to write down the parsing here. You have a lot of tools that you can use, but use those tools to help you learn. Don't just use them as a crutch, if you will. All right, and then on Saturday night by midnight, you're going to need to turn in a phrasing of that same passage and an exegesis of that same passage, along with a sermon outline. And you have detailed instructions on this in the PowerPoint that appears in Unit 3. So let me encourage you, after you watch the video, to go and check that PowerPoint out, and that will make a difference in the work that you do in the graded reader. Now, we begin group work this week. So Group A, Group Alpha should be already acquainted with each other, and you are going to need to collaborate this week and get your work done. You will be dealing with the same passage, but you don't do the Tuesday assignment except for the grammar review and, of course, the Wednesday quiz, the quiz on Wednesday. I may have to check that PowerPoint to make sure that I put that right date, but the quiz is due on Wednesday by midnight. So you have to do those two things individually, but then in collaboration, you'll want to do the same thing, the same assignment that individuals do, but you just do it all together, and you don't turn it in two assignments. You turn it in only on Friday night. It has to be in by Friday night at midnight so that other students can look at it and can do a response to it on the discussion board. So you're going to be translating, phrasing, doing an exegesis, and doing a sermon outline on that passage in Mark 1 through 13. Okay? Let me review that, if I might. You have for all of the class except Group Alpha. You can find your name on the group in groups. You go to Tools and Groups. You can find out which group you're in. I think I sent that to all of you. You should have it by now. But if you are not in Group Alpha, everybody else will need to do an assignment on Tuesday and on Saturday. The Tuesday assignment is to review the grammar in Mounts chapters 10 and 11. If you're using another grammar, you're covering third declension nouns and first and second person personal pronouns. And then by Tuesday night, you will do a translation in chapter 3 of Mounts' graded biblical reader, and that's Mark 1 through 13. And then by Saturday night, you will have the assignment of turning in a phrasing, exegesis, and sermon outline for that same passage, Mark 1 through 13. By Wednesday night of this week, you will need to complete the quiz on the words hate, That's spelled Omicron Tau Epsilon, and then it goes all the way to Israel. So you can find details on this again in the in the PowerPoint that is shows up on Unit 3. In addition to that, all of you in the class, other than the Group Alpha, will be reading what Group Alpha puts up. You can find the instructions on how to get to that in the PowerPoint, but you'll read that and then go to the discussion board and respond to that. What I want you to do is talk about what you like and what you don't like, what's strong and what's weak, what impresses you, what you think about. Doesn't have to be long, but it does need to be to the point, so make sure that you're doing that. Now, the Group A, let me remind you again what it is. You're going to do the same kind of thing as you see in the PowerPoint. It's explained in the PowerPoint, but you're going to be doing it in collaboration for the translation, phrasing, exegesis, and sermon, and that's due by Friday night at midnight. All right, I think that covers everything. If you have any questions about it, as always, please send me an email. And of course, once you look at this, you need to go to the PowerPoint and go through that as you do your assignment. That'll make it certain that you'll be doing exactly the right thing. All right, thank you very much, and we will see you next time on the video for Unit 4.